Are you ready to take the first step to embrace the unknown and step out of your comfort zone? Welcome to Step Out, Step In, the podcast that inspires you to break free from your familiar to explore the extraordinary. Hello, this is your host, David Joe. Every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me as we dive headfirst into thrilling stories of personal growth, daring adventures, and transformative experiences. Get ready to be motivated, inspired, and empowered to live your life to the fullest. So mark your calendar, set your alarm, and get ready to step out, step in with me every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss out on the adventure of a lifetime. Subscribe now, and let's step into the unknown together. This is Step Out, Step In. The journey begins here. Step Out, Step In podcast, live on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe today. Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you are watching from or where you might be watching the replay from. I want to welcome you to tonight's episode of my Step Out, Step In podcast, live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. This show that challenges you to break free from the familiar to embrace the unknown. And I'm your host, David Joe, and in this episode, and today's episode 49, we're going to continue to explore some key points from the book New Year, New You. I just dropped a link in there. You can click on it if you haven't yet gotten a copy of the book. It's an amazing book, a wonderful book, small but so powerful with a lot of information. New Year, New You by my spiritual father, Dr. Franco Fosu-Appiah. And this book I know will help you prepare you for the year ahead and to liberate yourself from the comfort zone. This is an amazing book. It was published in 2015. And, how you're preparing to begin 2024 is very, very important. And one of the greatest catalysts to having a happy new year is to start well. More often than not, we always start with Happy New Year from the beginning of the year. And once it gets too close to the end of the year, it begins to die out. But it is Happy New Year. It only becomes a wish when you don't put any effort in it, when you don't put any preparation into it. And in order for you to start well, you need to prepare well. And that is why I want to recommend this book to you. And again, I want to welcome everyone on tonight. If you can do me a favor by sharing the link with someone and let that one person share with another person, and let's do this together. I know we're going to have an amazing and wonderful time together. All right. So, and one of the things, if you want to have a happy new year, you also have to position yourself to cooperate with God's purpose through effective preparation. We only have just about 27 days to the end of the year, and we want to prepare well for what God has already prepared for us in 2024. One thing that I know is nobody knows what lies ahead in 2024. But if you know the God who knows what lies ahead in 2024, you will have every confidence to follow his lead, his guidance. So I want you to, let's dive into this together as we go through this episode 49. And in this episode, I want to talk about controlling the noise levels in your life. Controlling the noise levels in your life. Last week I posted the topics that we'll be going through. And last week I talked about manage your energy. And just a recap of that is ensure to give the best energy to what matters most daily in your life. Sometimes we waste our energy on things that are not important, things that are not that necessary. But as we prepare to get into another wonderful and amazing year, learn to manage your energy. Find out how your body works and which time of the day you tend to be more productive. Yeah. One of the things that I've come to realize is social media has really come in to be a distraction. But if you learn to manage your energy, you know how to prioritize. What is most important, what is less important, least important. So you prioritize your day, going through what is more important and most important as to what doesn't really matter most. Sometimes we focus so much energy on the things that do not matter most as to the things that matters the most. Set realistic goals that breaks when needed, and learn to say no. Last week I explained it. You can please go back and watch the last episode. And when you're able to say no, it saves you from a lot of things. It saves you from burnout. It saves you from making the wrong decisions and wrong choices, having to find yourself at the wrong place at the wrong time. When you're able to say no, and also establish boundaries. And as you establish boundaries, practice how you can contribute to a better energy management. So that is just a recap of what I talked about last week. Manage your energy. And today I want to talk about controlling the noise levels. I want to talk about controlling the noise levels. The question is, how does noise affect us? How does noise affect us? If you're joining us, I want to say thank you for connecting, and again, good evening, and thank you for signing on to this live podcast on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. If you can please share the link with one person and let the one person also share. I posted a link to the book in the comment section. Please click on it and leave a comment to let me know if that link works. I posted two links. One goes to the main page, the other goes directly to the page where you can purchase that book. It's an amazing book. I highly recommend it to you. And you can even give it to somebody as a Christmas gift. And I believe the person, after reading it, will come back and thank you for sending them such a wonderful and amazing book, which can shape their lives and make their lives better in 2024. In 2024. All right, so how does noise affect our lives? You know, noise can impact our lives in various ways, in so many ways. It can impact our lives physically. Physically, it can lead to stress. It can lead to sleep disturbances. It can lead to hearing damage. It can affect us psychologically. And that is constant noise can contribute to irritability, and it can reduce concentration. Additionally, it can affect our communication. It can affect effective communication and overall the well-being of every individual, highlighting the importance of managing and minimizing noise pollutions in our environment. You know, to control the noise level in your life, we have to consider a few things right here. Number one is create a quiet space. In creating that quiet space, designate an area at home, in your house, in your crib, where you have silence and focus. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a noisy environment. Everywhere there's so much noise. Noise from cars, noise from PA systems. Everywhere we go to, noise. And we get it so much to the noise that sometimes even when we are home and there's no noise, we have to find something that will generate noise. You know. So create a quiet space to where you can designate an area in your home, a space in your home, in your crib, wherever you find yourself, where it's going to be a place of silence, solitude, and focus. Number two is manage digital noise. As I was preparing this is another topic probably we might consider sometime next year. Manage digital noise. And we have to set boundaries for notifications and screen time. I tell my kids all the time, like, you don't have to be constantly glued to your phones. Every now and then hear an alert, beep, 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 every now and then. It's non-stop. And it can be draining. It can be so frustrating too. And in managing that digital noise, it also helps you with your mental health. Number three is prioritize tasks. Focus on one task at a time to reduce mental clutter. Sometimes we pick out too much that we're not able to handle or juggle through it. But if you're a person like me who doesn't multitask, I want to handle one issue, one task, one assignment, and I want to do it effectively, efficiently, with excellence. And once I'm done with it, I can move on to the next one. And it helps with mental clutter. When you pick up too much, it stresses you out. You get depressed, you get overwhelmed. You don't have to do that to yourself. You also have to establish that quiet time. Growing up, we were taught that early in the morning, you wake up and you have your quiet time with God. Gradually, we are losing that. Have a time that you sit quietly, nothing distracts you, nothing disturbs you. You sit quietly where you can think. You can think. And it's also to designate as a specific period for relaxation and quiet reflections. One thing I've come to realize in our generation, we're not reflecting anymore. It's always on the go. And we have put our lives on a cycle. We have put our lives on default, and we're not pausing to reflect on things anymore, to reflect on the goodness, to reflect on anything to get our lives better. It's just go, 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 go. Let's pause every now and then and have a time of quietness, relaxation, and reflection. You know, I talked about managing digital noise. In managing digital noise, we can also limit social media. You know, I have this screen time set up on my phone, and every week, every Sunday, I think it sends me the my screen hours, how much time I've spent on the phone, and it gives me a daily breakdown, an average daily breakdown, how much time I spend on my phone on a daily basis. And anytime I get a report, I look at how much time I spent on social media. You know, last week my screen time was down by 12%. This week it was down by 11%. It went up by what, 1%? But I'm still working on it. Still working on it. Yeah. So let's limit our social media time, and once you reduce that exposure to constant updates for social media, it creates that quiet online experience. You know, it can be very depressing too, because sometimes we get that enjoyment from the likes we get from our last posts. And sometimes you go on there and nobody has liked it. So you have to go back and like it yourself to at least get one like. You know, so let's limit our social media time, and we have to reduce the exposure to constant updates for a quieter online experience. We also have to use ear protection. We have to use the ear protection for having noise cancellation headphones. You can invest in some, mostly when you're traveling by air. You can use that because the jet engines, the noise from the jet engines can be very draining. And using these noise cancelling headphones or earplugs can also help you not get so drained by the noise from the jet engines, mostly when you're flying or when you go to any noisy environment. Yeah. So use ear protection, invest in noise cancelling headphones or earbuds or earplugs, whichever way you call it. And also declutter. Simplify your physical and digital space to a minimum visual and mental noise. Have you realized that anytime you walk into a hotel room, it is so simple? You don't have too many things that create that noise. So let's declutter. As we head to the end of the year, I mean, let's find a day, clear up the things that we don't need, make your room so simple, make your digital space so simple, so that it doesn't really have that mental noise. You know, one of the things that, most especially with digital space, I don't know, but I am a little bit, it's my pet peeve to see all those icons on your desktop. Oh my goodness. That is me. I'm sorry, that is me. You know, when there's too much or too many icons on the desktop, it's one of my pet peeves. You can declutter. I mean, make it very simple. And also set boundaries. As you set boundaries, learn how to say no. You realize that this has also appeared in today's episode. Last week it appeared in, so it means that we have to pay close attention to being able to say no. I said last week that I used to be a yes man. I would say yes to anybody, anything, even when I have too much or so much to handle, most especially at work. I realized I got to a time I was really getting burnt out, stressed out, anxious and all that, until I said it, I came into contact with my spiritual father, one of the Iron Sharpens Iron conferences in Atlanta. Every year we attend this conference in July of every year. This year, I also want to throw that invitation to you. Don't miss out on it. Don't miss out. I'll see if I can get the flyer. We'll put it out there. Every year, just mark your calendars. I think it's July 17th for the next year. It's going to be our 20th anniversary for having this. It's an amazing conference. And I tell you, I say that what we pay and what we get from that conference is just like our bishop gives it to us for free. Because that is his heartbeat. His heartbeat is training leaders to become effective, transformational, and productive leaders. And in one of these conferences, he taught us how to say no. And ever since then, I can say no when it doesn't conform to what I have to do, or if it's not in line with what I'm supposed to do. And I don't feel bad about it. Back in the days when I said no, oh man, I'll go back and feel so bad. Why did I even, and I keep questioning myself, why did I even say no? I mean, I should have said yes and I could have helped the person. But after the conference, I can say no with no regrets. It's not saying just say no, but sometimes people push things on you when it has nothing to do with you. They try to use their agency to become your emergency. That's what I'm talking about. Their agency, they want to push it onto you so it becomes your emergency. So let's pay close attention to this. If it has happened, if it has occurred multiple times, we have to pay attention to that. Set boundaries, learn to say no, and establish limits to avoid overwhelming yourself. So let's look at how to control the noise level. And let's take a short break. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. For some reason, he didn't respond. Okay, so let's proceed. How to control the noise levels. Now, we've talked about controlling the noise levels in your life. And so let's look at how to control the noise level. We talked about how does the noise level affect us, and we've just listed a few things that as how it does affect us. So now let's talk about how to control the noise levels in your life. The fact is that noise tends to drain, it tends to distract, it tends to delusion people. And when you're being bombarded by all the noise, with all the noise around you all the time, it will not help you to make the best of the year. It won't. So one of the things that you and I need to do in order to control the noise levels is to be deliberate in having moments of solitude and silence. We have to be deliberate, we have to be intentional, we have to be purposeful to have moments of solitude and silence. I think that we're raising a generation who don't really know what solitude and silence is. Because we're used to so much noise, too much noise. And we're being bombarded with noise all around us all the time. So you and I will have to be deliberate in having those moments of solitude and silence. You know, the Bible tells us that Jesus rose up early in the morning whilst it was still dark to a place of solitude. So he even practiced it to a place of solitude where he had that one-on-one with his Father. So let's be deliberate. Let's have regular periods when you and I can withdraw from the hustle and the bustle of human grind and activities for moments of quiet reflection and relaxation. All right, thank you for tuning in to our Step Out, Step In podcast live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And I've been talking about controlling the noise levels in your life, and this is episode number 49. If you're just joining us, I want to welcome you. And I'm talking about how to control the noise levels in our lives. You know, just before the break, I said that we have to have regular periods where you and I can withdraw from all the hustle, all the bustle and the bustle of human grind and activities for moments of quiet reflection and relaxation. We have to learn to get into that place where we can relax and reflect. I said earlier that we raised a generation who don't understand what it means to relax. They don't understand what it means to reflect. But that is one of the things that can help us eliminate all the noise levels in our lives. You know, silence gives you that thinking time. It gives you that creativity. It gives you that ability to do more. Have you realized that when you're bombarded with so much noise, you can think straight, you can be creative, you can be innovative. But there's so much creativity and innovation on the inside of you as an individual. I say it all the time that God packaged you so well, amazingly. Nobody came into this world empty-handed. Everybody came in with creativity because God is our creator and he created you and I to be creative. Of course, some of us, our creativity was was shut down at the early stages of our lives when we started walking, and we tried to exhibit our creativity by drawing on walls and doors. That is the creativity that we had, but some of us ours was shut down too quick because we're thinking of our parents were thinking of the walls being dirty by you drawing with crayons and chalk and charcoal and all that. You know, and of course, when we went to school, we were taught to write within the margins. Warned to you when you wrote outside the margins of the book. Oh my goodness! But there's still creativity on the inside of you. There's still something. That is what makes you amazing, unique, different from everybody else. Out of the 8 billion people on earth, your creativity, you as an individual, you're so amazing, so unique. That is how God sees you. Don't ever say that I wasn't born with anything. No, you were born with something. And eliminating the noise levels in your life can help you identify your creativity and and grant you or make you innovative. So silence gives you that thinking time. Silence gives you that creativity and the ability to do more. So as we journey into 2024, let's put in place measures, a plan where we can withdraw from all the noise, find ourselves at a place of solitude and silence, relaxation, so you can be more creative. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is looking for problem solvers. And you being an amazing and a unique person that God has created you, there's that capability and that ability on the inside of you. Probably we haven't seen it because we've allowed that noise to clutter us, but it is time to declutter from all the noise. So let's be determined to make 2024 a happy new year with a happy new you. It is not just going to be a turn of a calendar into another year. And when people ask you, hey, what's up, or how's it going? Same old, same old. Yes, it's going to be same old when you only see it as a turn of a calendar into another year. But if you're determined to make 2024 a new year with a new you, then let's take these points from this wonderful and amazing book, New Year, New You by Dr. Frank Ofosu-Appiah. I dropped the link in the comment section. Click on it, get a copy for a friend for Christmas gift, and I believe they'll come back if they read it. If they read it, they'll come back and thank you for this wonderful and amazing book. It has a workbook also in it. How to write your long-term goals, short-term, medium-term goals. So let's be determined that 2024 is going to be a new year with a new you. Let's live intentionally by design and not by default. Let's be intentional. Live intentionally by design and not by default. And I want to throw this challenge to you from now till the end of the year. I mean, we have 27 days to go. If you have the book, The New Year, New You, let me post it right again. If you have the book, The New Year, New You, and if you have read it, please post in the comment section or on social media platform, any of the social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, how it has impacted you and the people around you. That's a challenge. Let's do this together. Let's throw this challenge. And if you've never read a book, please purchase a copy and purchase another copy to give to someone as a gift. You can give it to the person as a Christmas gift. And let's read and let's share. Let's share the story, or let's share what is in the book. And I know that you are a leader, and every leader is a reader, and every reader is a leader. So let's prove to the world that we are leaders who read. I said the other time that there was this thing that I saw that bothered me a lot, that if you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in a book. It was so when I read that, I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed. So degrading. But you and I can prove them wrong by being readers as leaders. So get a copy. I'll place the link in there. When you look at the comment section, you see there are two links. One goes to the main page of advancedlife.org. On the right-hand side of the tabs on the right-hand side, when you click on it, you see shop. Click on shop and it will take you down to the book. The second link takes you right to the book, New Year, New You by Dr. Frank Ofosu-Appiah. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 49 of my Step Out, Step In podcast, live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Just before I sign off, let me introduce my spiritual father, Dr. Frank Ofosu-Appiah. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he comes our way with Ambassador of Hope on YouTube and Facebook. On YouTube, he is on Franco Fusopia, the official. On Facebook, he is on Ambassador of Hope. He's on the Ambassador of Hope page. And when you, and these teachings are epic and lit, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot afford to miss any of this. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube page, please do so. And these, when you go on his YouTube page, he has everything on there. I mean, for you and I. And I told you earlier that his heartbeat is to train leaders, world-class leaders, not just local leaders, world-class leaders, to make them effective, productive, and efficient. With excellence, let me add that to it, with excellence. And that has been his heartbeat. I know people go to conferences and they pay so much for what they get is not even close to what we get for free. The unfortunate thing is most people, we don't value the things that are free. But here he is giving it to us for free. Please sign on to his YouTube page, the Franco Fusopia, the official, on Facebook. Like him on Facebook. The Ambassador of Hope page. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's tune in and let's subscribe to his YouTube page. Share the link, comment, and let's do all that. All right, so this brings us to the end of episode 49. This brings us to the end of episode 49. And again and again and again, I want to thank you all. Thank you so much to all my viewers for tuning in today. And to those who will be watching the replay, I also want to say thank you. Your time and your attention is truly, truly, truly appreciated. And we hope you found value and inspiration in today's topic, controlling the noise levels in your life. And remember, your support means a world to us. And let me say this, if you enjoy this episode 49, please subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Share, like, comment. Nice comments though. And your feedback is also valuable in shaping the future content of this podcast. And as we journey through December, I want to encourage that reason to be thankful and grateful to God, no matter what. I know people have gone through, and are going through difficult times and situations, but in the midst of it, find a reason to give thanks, to be grateful to God, to be thankful to Him. Stay curious, stay engaged, and until next time, same time next week, take care and keep chasing those dreams. Don't give up. I'm really, really grateful for each and every one of you for tuning in. This has been your host, David Joe. Stay blessed, be safe, and let's connect next Monday, same time at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just to let you know, I love you. There's nothing you can do. Goodbye.